The latest from our daily newsletter at podnews.net. A non-profit organisation set up by podcaster Ashley Flowers has led to an arrest in an unsolved case. A suspect was arrested a week ago in connection with 8 alleged sexual assault cases after funding was made available for an advanced DNA test from Ashley Flowers' Season of Justice. The funding group is currently assisting 31 cases. An indie podcast is now being published via a syndicated weekly column in a number of newspapers. The podcast, Looking Forward, will be carried in Tap Into newspapers in the US. Ashley Carmen's Hot Pod Insider reports that podcast company Himalaya has been scaled down, with around 8 people, almost half the company's staff, losing their jobs over the summer. Ariel Liu has been made CEO, and we reported in April that the company was transitioning towards a focus on audio courses. The company is now pivoting again to short-form, inspirational and motivational content. Clubhouse has added Wave. They describe it as an equivalent of catching someone in the hallway of a conference and having a quick chat between sessions. The August 2021 Latin American podcast report has been released by Triton Digital. The highest new entry at number 16 is Dementes, which is uncensored conversations with leaders of industry. There's a new podcast network in France. Also Media has been launched by Mathieu Stefani and Christopher Ciminelli and brings together 10 podcast creators with more than 1 million downloads a month. And Perry Tripp has joined Libsyn's AdvertiseCast as Director of Brand Partnerships. He joins from media company Talkhouse. And in podcast news, science podcast for kids Brains On will now be heard in US classrooms after APM entered into a partnership with ListenWise. HBO launched a Band of Brothers podcast on the show's 20th anniversary. The 12-part podcast series launched earlier this month. It's hosted by Roger Bennett and kicked off with an interview with Band of Brothers executive producer and series co-creator and lover of typewriters, Tom Hanks. And Undermine is the definitive Fish podcast, Fish the band, not Fish the animals, which returned for season 2 a few weeks ago. The season focuses on the fish community, featuring countless amounts of exciting and in-depth interviews with fans. In the first episode, Fish lyricist Tom Marshall walks listeners through the evolution of tape trading and digital dialogue around Fish in the 1990s. And that's the latest from our newsletter. For all the links, we're at podnews.net.